Welcome to the Government News Brief for Wednesday, December 30, 2015. In the news, all set for the launch of Guyana's Golden Jubilee celebrations, focus to be intensified on maternal and child care, and indigenous communities to get social workers. With these and other stories, I am Azim Khan. Government is set to usher in the festivities for the 50th Independence Anniversary celebrations tomorrow evening with much fanfare when the Golden Jubilee celebrations are launched. Here are the details.
According to the minister within the Ministry of Education, Nicolette Henry, preparations for the massive launch are coming along well. Activities for the Golden Jubilee are set to take place in all 10 administrative regions, with the main event taking place at the Independence Arch under a diverse theme.
The theme for the 50th is really around three cross-cutting areas. That of reflection, looking back at the journey for the past 50 years, the pioneers that would have shaped and formed the 50 years, then that of celebration, recognizing that 50 years is a milestone in the history, even of an individual's life, and certainly in the history of our country. It's one that is worthy of celebrating. And then there is that of inspiration, activities and events that will inspire our young people to dream bigger and reach higher in the next 50 years and beyond.
The event is slated to see performances from reigning Miss Guyana World Lisa Punch and the several local artists. Minister Henry pointed out that young people will also have the opportunity to showcase their talent and be a part of the celebrations. After the launch, there will be a number of publications along with interviews. This will be done with the aim of raising awareness for the May 2016 celebrations.
Government through the Ministry of Public Health is determined to bring better health care to Guyanese. While major work has started to achieve this goal, 2016 will see further advancement as focus will be intensified on maternal and child care. Here are the details.
Public Health Minister Dr. George Norton is unhappy with conditions at the maternity ward of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation GPHC. He plans to fix it.
The plan definitely is to improve on the maternity section. I think the mothers deserve better than what is taking place right now at the Georgetown Public Hospital, and we're working towards that.
Currently, an extension of the maternity ward at the GPHC is being done. This should be completed in April 2016. Meanwhile, one of the major challenges affecting the health sector remains the shortage of nurses. This is also engaging the attention of the minister.
Yeah, hard-working nurses, I think they like their work and so on. The doctors are there 24/7 on the ward. I know this because I turn up there at any hour. And they all seem enthusiastic. They're young, they've got a lot of energy. But we must give them the materials and facilities with which they need to work, and of course the encouragement, and this is what we hope.
In 2015, $23.2 billion was allocated to the public health sector. In 2016, the focus would be on improving the quality and access to primary health care. For the Government News Brief, I am Shanti Goberdan reporting.
Efforts are on the way to have persons from various indigenous communities trained in social work. The intention is to have a core of social workers spread out in the hinterland to provide similar services as those being enjoyed by people on the coastline.
The Ministry of Social Protection, through collaboration with the Canadian government, facilitated training in various aspects of social work for 40 persons from 20 indigenous communities. These persons were informed of the services which the ministry provides.
That was a big one for us in the ministry, because having come into the ministry and having been associated with the ministry by my work in Parliament for a very long time, we recognize that despite all of the services being offered, that our indigenous brothers and sisters were not benefiting as the coastlanders from the services which we provide. And it has to do with several things. Culture, language barrier, and also geography. It was felt at the heads level that if we can have persons from those communities who speak the language and we train them then we can have ambassadors in those communities that can be able to point persons in those communities towards the services which we provide.
The objective is to ensure that the indigenous people enjoy the same services which the Social Protection Ministry provide for the rest of Guyanese. It will also seek to prevent and confront social ills in indigenous communities.
We feel very strongly that this is one of the mechanisms that we can use to address the poverty, the high level of poverty within our indigenous communities. So that program was a success, and we are moving to the next level now.
Residents of the hinterland have been calling on government to place more social workers in their communities to tackle some of the social issues that affect them. For the Government News Brief, I am Sonika Thorne.
2 years after laws were passed providing for the establishment of a local government commission, the body is now expected to be operationalized in early 2016. This would be just in time to provide oversight to the new local government organs that will take effect following the March 18, 2016 local government elections.
Parliament approved for the creation of the Local Government Commission in 2013. Its expectation was that it would have played a supportive role in the Ministry of Communities as it relates to dealing with such issues as staffing of local government organs and disputes among local authorities. The previous minister with responsibility for local government, however, never issued a commencement order for the Local Government Commission Act to effect its operationalization.
Funding for the Local Government Commission will be provided for in the 2016 budget, which is expected to be tabled early in 2016. It will allow for the creation of the commencement and the operationalization of the Local Government Commission. That order will be given. That commission will come into being at about the same time when the new councils come into being. And that commission will have responsibility for regulation and oversight of all of our local government organs. So that day-to-day responsibility for the management of our local government organs will be handled by the Local Government Commission.
The Commission has also the power to monitor and review the performance and implementation of the policies of all local government organs, including taxation and protection of the environment. It will also monitor, evaluate, and make recommendations on policies, procedures, and practices of all local government organs in order to promote effective local governance.
That commission was identified as part of the local government reform process, where the vision was that we should depoliticize the functioning and the workings of the local government system. So by the creation of an autonomous constitutional body, it is part and parcel of that vision that takes politics out of the management of our commission, and in this case with the creation of a commission that will have day-to-day oversight over the workings of our local government organs.
The Ministry of Communities, however, will not be totally divorced from the general management of local government organs. It will still have broad responsibilities for the operations of the councils.
Efforts are in train to transform the National Aviation Regulatory Body, the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, so that the aviation sector becomes safer and more effective. Here's that report.
Attorney General Basil Williams is to review a draft amendment to the Civil Aviation Act. After the review, the draft would be tabled in the National Assembly.
What has happened is that the Act, based on some of the recommendations that was put forward by the ICAO, right? We recognize that the Act wasn't fully in compliance with what ICAO has required of us. We had, I think, the component which speaks to the security aspect of the Civil Aviation Authority. We had that being absent from the Act. So I think that would now be a part of the Act to bring full, compliance and strength to the regulatory body.
Recognizing the need to continue to boost the agency's efficiency, a number of programs have been formulated to be rolled out in 2016.
We would probably see the review and revise civil aviation license regulations, and the target date for that would be January 31st, 2016. Consumer Protection Education Campaign This will be done between February 17th to 19th. Hinterland Airstrip Development Program. This will be done in March 31st, 2016. Economic Impact Study of Civil Aviation on GDP Economy. This will be done in March 2016. Development of a National Framework for CO2 Emission. March 31st, 2016. Develop National Aviation Policy for Guyana. April 30th, 2016. Development of a National Aviation Master Plan. April 30th, 2016. A guidance manual for ATM. That is the Air Transport Management, right? May 31st. Completion and submission of CO2 Action Plan. June 30th. Consumer Survey at OAI. There's the Ogle Airport, right? And the CIGA. July 1 to 31st, 2016. Career Outreach Program. August 12th to 13, 2016. Economic Review of Airport and ANS Charges. December 31st, 2016.
The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, GCAA, formerly the Civil Aviation Department in the Ministry of Public Works and Communications, was established in March 2002 when the Civil Aviation Act 2000 was approved by Parliament. With this Government News Brief, I'm Shanti Goberdan reporting.
That has brought us to the end of the Government News Brief for Wednesday, December 30, 2015. Check out our other programs on our website. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube. Remember to send us your Guyana Nice photo. Here is ours.